Now the next topic is modulation. So basically what happen is we have a transmitter, we have a receiver. So a transmitter, we have a weak signal that we need to mix with the strong signal. Sorry, we have a weak signal. This weak signal we want to transmit to some longer distance. So what we usually do, this signal can't reach to longer distance because this is weak. I'll tell you an example. Like I have a piece of paper and some information is written, and that information I want to send from here to a longer distance. What will happen is if I'll throw it, it won't reach. So what I will do, I'll take a stone, I'll wrap that paper on the stone and I'll throw it. So this stone is acting like a carrier, and I have mixed the information signal on the stone and I have thrown it. So this process of mixing the paper on the stone is called as modulation. So in our case, we have this information signal, and I'll take a help of carrier, which is strong signal, called as carrier signal. I'll mix these two signal and send it to longer distance. So while combination of these two signal will produce modulated signal, and the process of mixing these two is called as modulation. It's called as modulation. It's called as modulation. So this signal, after mixing this, we have to send this actually. This is our information signal, but we have mixed that with the weak, strong signal, and modulated signal has been formed. Now we are sending this to the receiver side, transmitting this to the receiver side. At receiver side, this strong signal we will separate out, and only our original signal will left. So this separation of weak signal or information signal from carrier is demodulation. So we have two processes, modulation and demodulation. Modulation occurs at transmitter. How will define? So changing the parameters of carrier with the parameters of information signal is called as modulation. Is called as changing the parameter of carrier with the parameters of information signal is called as modulation. And these parameters are, these parameters are amplitude, frequency and phase. Amplitude, frequency and phase. So modulation is a process in which various parameters of carrier changes with the various parameters of information signal. These parameters are amplitude, frequency and phase. Now what is the need of modulation? Why we need modulation? So first reason is reduces the height of antenna. It reduces the height of antenna. So How it will reduce the height of antenna? Suppose I want to send a frequency of 3 megahertz. In that case, the height of antenna will be 100-meter required height of the antenna. We choose the height of antenna is lambda by 4, so we will require an antenna with 25-meter height. We require the antenna with 25-meter height. So this 25-meter height of antenna is not possible, not feasible. So to avoid this, what we will do, we have to send this weak signal. In that case, we'll go with modulation, and in modulation we'll mix this signal with some strong signal, say a frequency of 500 megahertz or 1000 megahertz, and we'll make it strong, and then we'll send it to the longer distance. So that is the first. It reduces the height of antenna. Second is it saves the bandwidth, and third it saves the power. In our subsequent videos, in our subsequent lecture, we will see the equation of bandwidth and equation of power also, and we will see how it saves the power, how modulation saves the power. But the second reason why we go with the modulation, what is the need of modulation, is it saves the power, it saves the bandwidth. So these